I feel like I've seen this guy somewhere before.
That's Andre Segers. He's the founder of GameXplain, a group dedicated to covering Nintendo news and video games.
So he's a reporter? That's so cool! Is he going to attack me with his words?
Not exactly. He's more tactical with his fists in the fighting sense, hence why he takes on the persona of a Mii brawler.
I gotta say, I personally enjoy those movies they put out every so often. It's nice background noise when I'm working with the forces of nature.
They make movies too? I thought they just did video game reporting.
Not exactly traditional movies, but they record hour-long discussions or produce analysis videos. You see, they report on announcements such as gaming news, Nintendo Directs, or sometimes 30-second footage from a video game trailer.
They're way more entertaining than those remakes Hollywood keeps popping out.
So I'm dealing with the head of a group that deals with game coverage and movies. This is gonna be a tough one.
Remember his weak point. Mention anything positive about Super Mario Sunshine or call it a good Mario game. Put the game in his hands and that'll be Andre's downfall.
Hey look, it's Derrick!
You're right, Pit. That's Derrick Bitner, one of the main producers of GameXplain. And quite a handsome one at that.
Does Lady Palutenas have a crush on Derrick Bitner?
Well, he is responsible for covering the very segment that we do. I can't help but admire a reporter who enjoys Palutena's guidance, a wonderful and educational video game feature.
Way to toot your own horn, oh goddess of light.
So what are some of his moves?
Derrick is a very strategic and highly analytical opponent. He may look all friendly and smiles, but he's no pushover. His source of power comes from the legendary analysis machine he and Andre always gush about.
So he can plot out every move I make? How's that even fair?
Don't worry, I've conjured up the perfect solution to combat against Mr. Bitner. Mention anything about Castlevania or even Kingdom Hearts and he'll go nuts.
Rumor has it that if you start a discussion with him, he'll go on about those kinds of games for hours. Oh look, it's Ash!
You mean the Ash from Pallet Town with his partner Pikachu?
Not quite, Pit. This is Ash Paulsen, another member of GameXplain. He's well-rounded in his reviews and has a very collective mindset.
Is that a gun cannon in his hand?
It certainly seems that way. Ash is rather fond of the Mega Man games, which may be why he takes his form as you see here.
I bet he has a Shrine of Mega Man merchandise somewhere in his closet.
I don't see how that's relevant, or how that'll help me fight him.
If you want some tips on how to beat Mega Man, Ash may be more of an ally than a foe.
But how do I fight him?
Oh, you want to challenge the Ash Paulsen?
Yes, I do! That's why I'm asking you, Lady Palutena.
All right then. Try to argue with him about his favorite Mega Man game and explain how it's the worst game of the series. That'll trigger his energy tanks for sure.
I want fighting tips, not debate tips!
Beggars can't be choosers.
Is that a painter?
Well, he is carrying a paintbrush, Pit.
That's Thomas Arnold. He's one of the members of GameXplain. He's responsible for a lot of the artwork on their channel.
What's he gonna do? Whack me with that giant paintbrush?
In a sense, you're dealing with a sword wielder. It just so happens to resemble a paintbrush.
Tommy Boy here is a sneaky one. You'd never know he was a member of GameXplain since he's usually a behind-the-scenes guy.
To give credit where credit is due, Tom knows how to make an appealing thumbnail. There's very few in this world who can make such compelling artwork.
You mean he can allure me with his graphic art? That's so cool!
It's all fun and games until he gets you close enough for the KO. Be on the lookout for his artwork that gives off warning signs like leak or rumor, or else you'll regret it.
Is this another one of the GameXplain folk I heard about?
That's Don Koopman, otherwise known as Nintendon as his personal alias. According to my research, he's done a handful of writing for various news outlets.
Don writes up a load of reviews and critiques. He may be a pretty nice guy, but be prepared for the hard truths. He'll never look past the obvious flaws and shortcomings of any video game.
I hope you didn't say anything nasty about my game.
You mean our video game, Pit? Don't go taking all the credit.
Nonetheless, back to Don. I would classify him as more of a lover than a fighter, so I wouldn't expect him to pull any surprise punches. He's an honest and straightforward player, and he'll always face his opponents head-on.
Hey, Lady Palutena, do you think I could bribe Don to go easy on me if I give him a really nice compliment?
Good luck, Pit.
Hey, look! It's Steve!
That's Steve Bowling, to be more precise. He's classified as the 6th GameXplain member. Before then, he was featured on IGN, Nintendo Live, and Kotaku.
Are you getting this solely from his Twitter account or something?
A goddess needs to do her research every once in a while now, Pit. Besides, who else is going to read your Twitter feed for you?
Mother Palutena to the rescue.
Hey, I can't help it. I can't read.
Anyways, let's get back to Steve. He's a rather fresh face when it comes to the GameXplain staff. Much like Derrick or John, he's very observant of the tiniest details not many will catch at first glance.
So he's another one of those analytical readers. Got it.
I take it he's a fan of the Squid look, given his love for the Splatoon series.
That's where his strength comes in. He's no stranger to using his replica squid gear, much alike the weapons from Splatoon. Watch out, or he'll be painting the temple red.
And that'll be a paint to clean up.
Ah! It's John Cartwright!
Who's that?
Are you kidding, Pit? He's one of the most recent members of GameXplain. He's got this soothing, devilishly low voice that just melts your ears.
Ah, not my ears! I need them!
Not literally, you dingus.
Well, speaking is one of John's talents. He can talk for hours, and you'll still want to listen to his low, masculine voice. Even I can't help but tune into his program under the Super Scope. I just love listening to that calm, lovely voice.
Sounds to me like he's a fan favorite.
I may despise humankind, but the man has a divine voice. Who wouldn't be a fan?
Anyways, back to the fight at hand. While John may not look like it, he's got strong analytical powers. He's quick to predict your movement and strategy to determine the most probable outcome.
So he can map out every attack like a tactician? That's crazy!
I once heard John predicted exactly what Nintendo was going to announce and precisely when they would get released. Most would scoff at his bold predictions, but they actually came true.
Whoa! Either he secretly works for Nintendo, or he's some kind of wizard!
That might be stretching it a bit, but when it comes to critical thinking, you're up against one tough cookie.
Watch out for his conclusive statement or you'll find yourself cornered.
Hello, my fellow gamers. Thank you for watching this latest installment of Palutena's Guidance. Be sure to leave a like on this video and comment below how much you adore your divine goddess. Oh, and subscribe if you haven't already. And lastly, be sure to check out Hades' Misguidance. I'm there, and so are Pit, Viridi, and Hades. But we all know who the real star of the show is. If you like today's discussions and want me to expose some of your favorite YouTubers' tricks and weaknesses, leave your suggestions in the comments down below. We could talk about Chugga Conroy, Pro Jared, Gerard the Completionist, Peanut Butter Gamer, Scott the Waz, and so many others. Please enlighten your divine goddess. Until next time, may your world be filled with light.